Hi everyone, welcome from Dubai. This is I would say this is quite an irregular thing to do, just to check in from the other side of the world. Behind me is the Burj Khalifa, and there is a very specific reason why we are in Dubai, which is, as you probably already have seen, we are participating and sponsoring a hacker event that takes place on Saturday, but that is not the topic of today's YouTube Live. So I'm right now sitting alone, but as you can see, there is also another seat right next to me. So I'm just gonna jump right in, because I know that all of you have been pretty eager to see who is this mystery guest, and even though it might come as a surprise, it's not the only surprise that we've prepared for you guys. So come and please join me and say hi to the community.
Hello!
Hey Boyd, how's it going?
Next Earth community.
So you guys might have known Boyd from our Discord under the username IOM and we've been actually talking with Boyd for the last couple of months actually. We've developed a great relationship, so why don't you do that? Why don't you just introduce yourself and your history and experience with Next Earth, and then we can just jump into why you're here.
Cool, awesome. Yeah, thanks for inviting me all the way to Dubai for this special edition. Some of you know I'm a pretty big fan and community member for Next Earth, and have been for a few months. I'm a landowner, I'm a token holder, and as some of you have seen me articulate in the Discord channel, the reason I'm so passionate about Next Earth is because I believe the world's commerce is moving to the metaverse, but the metaverse is way more than just gaming in a 3D environment. For me, the metaverse is about a digital extension of our physical life. And what is so cool about Next Earth, particularly for my company, which we're about to share more about around transportation, is that the Next Earth as an Earth-based metaverse is the premier platform for a company like Imob, my company, to get exposure to and to bring amazing clients in the transportation space who want to participate in the metaverse and engage with all of you, but also engage with people who are actually going to travel in the real world. That's mixed reality, and that's something very unique that the Next Earth platform enables, and we're excited to be one of your first partners.
So what I really love is having these long conversations with you about like the transportation layer and adding travel to the metaverse. But I think it's pretty like a hard concept to grasp at first. So why don't we, instead of talking, why don't we show what we're about to do with Next Earth and Imob? Let's just show the video that we've prepared for you guys.
Let's do that. I want to see it myself.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up the YouTube link here. Okay, so are we adding travel to the metaverse or what?
We are indeed, and the funny thing and the ironic thing about that is people, when I started saying my vision for Imob in the metaverse, they're like, what the heck, people don't need to travel in the metaverse. That's the whole point of the metaverse. You can go anywhere in the world without leaving your computer in your house. But yet, if you take the Next Earth vision of the metaverse and Imob's, it's perfect, because people can get immersive exposure to transportation opportunities, to places they want to visit, to lands they've acquired or might want to buy, and actually go in the real life and visit them by booking them through the Next Earth.
So what I love about this video is that it shows a really easy to understand and clear use case, which means that when you travel in the real world using any kind of transportation system that is working with Imob, as a transport layer. And I understand that it might be a bit hard to understand what the transport layer means as a business, because it's like a very enterprise heavy, B2B heavy business. But for landowners, we're basically talking about travel to earn, in a sense, right?
Yeah.
You have land, if somebody uses that land, you're going to basically generate income, as you're basically taking a toll on using that public transportation layer.
Yeah, so what Imob does, to take a step back, Imob is a decentralized internet and mobility network. So we seamlessly integrate rail, trains, scooters, taxis, bike sharing services, parking, EV charging into one network. And we enable clients to access that network and then offer to their users so that they can easily travel around the world or around their city without downloading a bunch of apps. Okay, that's what Imob does. What are we going to enable in the Next Earth Metaverse? We will enable people to get exposure and immerse themselves in potential journeys they'd like to do in the real world, but via the Next Earth platform. They can book and pay for those services in the Next Earth platform with our technology through this transportation layer. They will get a companion app, a mobile app, because think about it, all of us who use the Next Earth all the time, right? It's a great web interface, but not the best way to go scan your QR code for your train ticket or your plane ticket. A little difficult.
I mean, I do travel quite a lot. I used to, when I was living in England, I was traveling all the time and commuting all the time, and it's always a hassle. And it just makes so much sense that we have an Earth-based metaverse, and just adding a transportation layer to the map is really simple.
Yeah.
But it's what I think is crucial is that you're not having an idea stage company.
Correct.
And it's important because a lot of people have been asking about, you know, other launchpad projects and other companies we've been working with and we're partnering up with, and it's always like, yeah, but when things are coming up, when we will have more information. So why don't you tell a few things about what Imob is? We already know that, where you guys are.
Yeah.
Because I think Imob as a startup is quite impressive. One of your earliest investors, one of your lead investors, was an early investor in the Sandbox as
That's
well.
correct.
I just met Boyd's investor about an hour ago, just before we went to live, and that's actually the reason why we had to start a bit late, because that meeting overrun a bit. So so yeah, you have a pretty impressive track record. You have an impressive team of 30 people?
30 people, yeah.
Okay, and you're based in Barcelona.
Correct.
Okay, so how did this whole thing happen, Imob?
Yeah, so Joseph Sanjuas and I, he's our CTO co-founder. We met in 2017 around the idea of leveraging decentralized technology and applying it to smart mobility in cities. And we incorporated Imob in 2018. So as you said, we are not we're not an idea stage company. We've been building this for 4 years. We're in live commercial deployment with our technology with major multi-billion-dollar clients in the US and Europe. One of the products we're deploying next month, which I already referenced, is going to be really useful for Next Earth Metaverse bookings. That is this companion app we deploy next month with, this is kind of alpha I'm dropping on your community because it's not really public yet, but it's London Northeastern Rail. Somebody can book a train journey in any interface they want, pull their train journey into this app, and the app automatically knows where train station they arrive to and leave from, and allows the user to find first mile, last mile options, book and pay for them, and then when they get to their destination, use the same app to move around the city they're going to. So that app is a companion app going live next month, is something we're going to talk about in about 20 minutes, is going to be part of our very first multinational company in the transport space joining us to be the very first to support booking of their service in any metaverse anywhere in the world, and that journey will be able to be taken with that user they booked in the metaverse and Next Earth in their phone. But I just want to do one last point. You talked about how this is cool for the Next Earth community in terms of how it'll give back. I want to be real clear about that. Our business model is that we offer this technology to large transportation companies. We generate commissions from bookings of journeys that happen in our technology. those same commissions we earn normally, we will earn through Next Earth-based bookings, and we will be sharing some of that as passive revenue back to people who own transportation infrastructure in the Next Earth.
Wow. So basically we're giving utility, serious utility, to not just the platform but also the land. So you're launching a business, and I just want to reiterate this. So Imob is launching a transportation service where you can book journeys within Next Earth, and through the bookings with the transport companies, you generate a commission-free fee, and the portion of that comes back to Next Earth as platform fees, just like what we said in the original white paper.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, so let me take a look at my cheat sheet about today's agenda, and let's talk about how we're going to work together. Because as I think you guys probably are already guessing it, but Imob is having a decentralized infrastructure, which means that they will be having their own tokens, and you're already raising, like you're already doing a SAFT round for your tokens, right?
Yes.
So basically there are already buyers for your tokens.
There are, yes.
Even though the tokens have not been
Gone public yet.
Yeah, have not gone public. So what have you prepared for us as the Next Earth community, as like a veteran Next Earthian?
Exactly. I think I'm very passionate about the Next Earth community. I know a lot of you are frustrated with the pace of evolution of Next Earth, but as a CEO of a software company, I have a lot of empathy for the ambition Next Earth has, and that things take time to execute in the roadmap, just like they do for us. But what we are going to do for the Next Earth community, as a very committed member of the Next Earth community, is set aside a portion of our tokens and offer a private sale at a pretty substantial discount only to Next Earth community members. And we already have a light paper. It's not something that will happen in the future. We have it, and we're working with the Next Earth team to actually come up with a model that will allow you to have access to that light paper before anyone else in the world except our private venture funds have seen.
Basically, you guys get first pass on Imob and the IOM tokens, and the new launchpad is going through testing stage. The development has been finalized, and once the devs say that it's completely fully operational, we're going to put all the information on the launchpad about Imob and also make the light paper available to see. There's a tiered system, which means, as we said, the longer time you've been holding NXTT, the more benefits, the earlier access you will get to things like the light paper. So there is going to be the tiered system for the launchpad. So, but there is more, isn't it? Because if you've watched that animation video pretty closely, what you've seen is that the IOM tokens, what we're looking at here is that actually every time somebody books a journey through Next Earth, it's not just that there is some commission fee and the decentralized reward pool will be basically filled up through the revenues your company is generating, but also if you own land that where the journey you're passing through that land, or someone total stranger goes through a journey and they pass through your land in the real life, you will get tokens because they're using your land, so you basically get to collect a toll, right?
Exactly.
And this is, guys, what I've been saying this for so long. Your virtual land is a productive asset, right? NXTT is a monetary asset. Your revenue goes into the reward pool and then available through staking. But then virtual land is a productive asset. If somebody is doing something of value like traveling, you get to earn money with it. And that's where the productive asset and the monetary asset thing comes into play, and that's how they balance each other out. So let's see what else we have, because I think we could talk about the longer term vision, but I'm just so eager to reveal that it's actually, we're not only having one guest today, we're also having somebody else, because it's not just talking. Talking is fine, but it's not enough. And you guys have always asked us to show you concrete things, right? To give you an idea of how we are going mainstream, how we are going to conquer the world, how we are creating the metaverse. So why don't we go mainstream? Should we go mainstream, Boyd?
Let's do it, man. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at my computer here, and I'm gonna ask the tech team to
If you watch the video
connecting.
closely, you will see that one of the journeys that's highlighted relates to an airline that's part of a massive multi-billion-dollar organization.
So are we live? Are we live? All right. Jesus, hi. Just 1 second. I can't hear you. Something's happening. I can't hear you. Okay, a little bit of a technical issue. Give me 1 second.
You hear me? You hear me?
Can you hear us?
You can't hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Your microphone settings are probably a bit weird because it's the voice is very low.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very, very weakly. Okay, guys, I'm gonna ask you who are watching the video. Let me know if you can hear Jesus as he's talking. Is it all good?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Okay, so the video audio is good. So Jesus, please introduce yourself to the community and let them know who you are and why you're here.
Hello, everybody. Very nice to meet you all. I'm very excited to be here. I'm Jesus Monzo, Distribution Strategy and Alliances Manager at Vueling. I'm part of Vueling Airlines organization, and we want to give you a little bit of overall view of what we are, what we do represent as an airline. We are part of the IAG group. It's one of the major airline groups in the world, together with Iberia, BA, Aer Lingus, Level, and Vueling. We are part of we consummate the IAG group, and I mean, Vueling main hub is in Barcelona, where we do operate from main
Can you
cities
stop?
in Europe.
Yeah, sorry. Jesus, can you please move closer to your microphone or talk a bit louder, because the community is saying that the voice is very low.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
It's not good. It's very low.
Again, low?
Yeah.
Now better?
Oh, that seems
Yeah, it's
Hey,
getting better.
And now?
Yes, it's good now. Cool. You can continue. And now it went away. Okay, while we're trying to figure that out, I'm just gonna take over and let the tech team figure this out with Jesus. So, as you guys have seen and heard, Jesus, even though the voice is a bit low, there's some issues with his microphone settings. Jesus comes from Vueling, which is a Europe-based commercial airline.
Yeah, do you want me to share a little bit about Vueling? 'Cause
And
know
I
it very
want,
well.
yeah, I mean, I can talk about that, but you guys have been working with Vueling in the background to bring this partnership to Next Earth. So, go ahead.
Super excited about Vueling. Before COVID, they had 35 million annual passengers. They have a lot of ambition around supporting sustainability, and that's both through the air and also helping people choose more sustainable modes of mobility when they're on the ground, going to and from the airport and the rest. We've been excited about collaborating for a long time, and how we were able to finally get to that collaboration point because of our collaboration with Next Earth. And that was the trigger that really got the rest of the Vueling executive team excited and said, let's do this now. It's time to add this component to our airline experience. So anybody who books a flight in Next Earth will be able to also access their flight in a companion app made by Imob, and then be able to move around the cities that they're traveling to with the Vueling powered app that is Next Earth enabled, all part of this mixed reality experience. And in case you're not sure who Vueling is, before COVID, 35 million passengers. They're part of the IAG group, which is British Airways, Iberia, 130 million, I think, annual passengers, maybe more, I can't remember. And it's worth mentioning that Vueling has a brand of being one of the most innovative airlines in the IAG group and beyond. And they tend to be an early adopter of new technology. And with us, they want to become the very first airline in the world to enable bookings of airline flights in any metaverse in the world. First airline in the world.
Finally, we can say this.
In the metaverse.
I've been so excited to finally tell you guys this, but we are bringing the first commercial airline to the metaverse. And you know what? It's not that we're going to do it. We've actually done it. So you have the contract with them, you have a live partnership with Vueling, and I'm still hoping that we can get the audio done, but if we can't, I will just ask Jesus to record a video of him greeting the Next Earth community, and we can share that afterwards, because you know, technology can always go sideways. So right now, once the transport product that you're developing goes live within Next Earth, you will already be able to book Vueling flights within the Next Earth metaverse. And anytime somebody books a Vueling flight, you will actually go through, like fly over a bunch of land that will generate revenue for all the landowners, because they are going through that. And what's really interesting is how we can now start working on not only enabling metaverse travel to our community, but also to start attracting people who are outside the Next Earth metaverse, that 35 million passengers every single year are now potential Next Earthians. I hope you guys get that, because the partnership we're building is gonna make all those Vueling passengers potential landowners, potential token holders, because we have direct relationship with them. So, first commercial airline in the metaverse, enabled by Imob, who is doing a token sale, but they will start on the Next Earth launchpad, brought to you by Limitless.
Amen.
Amen. Awesome. Oh man, I've been waiting to have this conversation in front of cameras for so long, because you see, I'm a product guy, and I'm very anxious to see and build products all the time that create value. But building products is a long process, right? You've mentioned this to the community, that you know, you might get frustrated over time because it's a gruesome process to build utility and build value. But this is why we started building Next Earth as platform as a service. So great companies like Imob can join not just the launchpad, but also start building services on top of the Next Earth platform, the Next Earth ecosystem, in order for their clients to join the metaverse. And I just hope you guys understand the relationships here, because through Imob, it's not just Vueling that we will have. You also mentioned the railway company, right? And how many companies are you in touch with?
We have commercial contracts with over 50 transportation operators right now.
So Vueling is just the first of many.
Exactly.
And you have those contracts, they're already revenue generating contracts for your company?
Either as clients or as supply in our ecosystem.
So what kind of data do you have when we go to the next Earth transport layer, when the user can log in and see the transport layer and start making bookings?
Yeah, I mean, I think first for your community, so you can really transparently, like, quickly understand how we're going to do this. We're still working with the tech teams of both to actually figure out the exact roadmap. But the idea is, as we all know, all of us Next Earthians know, there's a screen mode category, right? There's this drop down box. You can look at the satellite view, satellite street views, and other views. Why can't there be, and there will be, a transport view? You click on the transport view, powered by Imob, inside the Next Earth. When you're in that version of the Next Earth world, it's fed by our technology, which is a transportation layer of the world, and you will be able to engage in immersive journey options and exploration and booking and paying over the next several months of journeys that you can discover inside the Next Earth and experience in the real world. Again, the mixed reality of getting exposure in the Next Earth and living that life in the physical world as well is what we're going to bring to everyone.
Amen to that. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna take a look at the questions here, see if we can answer some of them. One of the first questions that I'm seeing already is how to buy Imob token, which is very good news for you. But and the answer to that is, as I said, we are going to have the Launchpad site coming up, and you already have the light paper done, you already have a website, you already have everything. But right now, like, where can people find you? Where can people talk to you, ask questions?
Awesome. Yeah, obviously, as he said, I'm also very active in the Discord channel for Next Earth. Imob has our own Discord channel, which is IOM, and we can share afterwards the link to the Discord and Imob so that some of you who are interested can join. We're talking about doing an AMA through your Discord over the next week or two, where I can engage with all of you to answer more questions about what we're doing, our technology. You can go to our website. We have two websites, iomob.net and internetofmobility.org, which is our platform for promoting our decentralization roadmap. With respect to the token sale, I'm glad somebody asked that, because something that's really important that you mentioned as well is that there is no other retail investors that have access to Imob tokens right now. The first retail investors in the world that are getting access, only venture funds have been able to invest in our token so far. And we decided...
But they're locked up, right? They're not going to sell it.
They're locked. They're required for lockup, yeah.
Okay,
2 years.
So every single institutional investor that have been purchasing your tokens, their tokens are not being able to... They can't sell.
No.
Good. I just wanted to make that clear, because, you know, people want to... Because they are practically whales.
Yeah.
And it's important for the community to know that, you know, the wallets that they hold are locked up.
Exactly, for 2 years. There's a 1 year total lockup, and then 1/12 over 12 months until the 2 years are up. And most of our investors believe in the long-term value of the Imob token economy, and they have no interest in selling soon anyway. Just like I hope most of the Next Earthian community is the same way. But the first retail investors in the world that are getting access to the Imob token before we do a public sale are the Next Earthians.
Whew. I don't know, guys. Is there anything we wanted to say, or is there anything else we could say, we would want to say? Like, you guys are putting us on the map. Veiling, the first commercial airline in the metaverse, is putting us on the map, literally. And I cannot tell you guys how excited I am for that. 35 million passengers every single year are now potential Next Earth landowners, because they have utility, because once this new product goes live, you actually have something to do, right? Travel to earn, baby. Travel to earn. All right, guys, I think it's a wrap. I think we're gonna go and enjoy the sunset here in Dubai. I'm very happy that you actually accepted our invitation to come here, and even though the tech was a bit fuzzy, I'm really happy that we got Jesus to come and say hi to the community. The team sent me a note that they already asked him to record a video note, and we will share that on our social channels, so you can also meet him and understand their perspective, because you know Jesus is a great guy. He's been
awesome.
championing this partnership for a while within Veiling, and he will go down in history as the first person at a commercial airline who figured that they should go to the metaverse.
That is true. That is true.
History in the making.
And which metaverse?
Next Earth.
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, that one. All right, let's do it. Cool guys, thank you so much for chiming in. And this was just me and Boyd and Veiling doing our Thursday YouTube live from Dubai. See you in the metaverse.